This is 7 News.
Tonight, parents' pain. A Perth schoolboy plunges to his death from a hotel balcony.
I would just absolutely love to have seen what he turned out to be.
Mark McGowan's pledge to save Riverside Drive from the city redevelopment.
Former Dockers coach Chris Connolly banned for 12 months.
And an injury setback for Aaron Sandilands, out for 8 weeks.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Ardon and Susannah Carr.
Good evening. The parents of a Perth teenager who plunged to his death from a balcony have described their son as cheeky and popular. 16-year-old Preston Bridge was celebrating after his school ball before he fell from a second-floor balcony at a Scarborough hotel. His mother says so-called after-parties following school balls have spiralled out of control.
Side by side we sit together.
Preston Bridge was a gifted sportsman, a 16-year-old who'd just begun his final year of high school. Instead of planning his graduation, his parents spent today saying goodbye.
I would just absolutely love to have seen what he turned out to be.
A popular and well-loved teenager, house captain at Churchland Senior High School. His family still can't believe he's gone.
Very cheeky and very charismatic. He had a lot of charm.
Preston had been at his high school ball on Friday night. He'd gone to the Sun Moon Resort in Scarborough with friends following an after-party. It was around 10 the next morning the group was about to check out. His father says Preston found himself locked out of his room. Alone on the balcony, he tried to jump several metres to a nearby fence.
Just someone running and yelling, and then just, a very large bang, and I've come out and I've seen him lying there.
Preston suffered a fractured skull. He remained in a coma until yesterday when his parents made the hardest decision of their lives, to turn off his life support. Vicky and Rod Bridge want their son's death to serve as a wake-up to other parents.
Keep up to date with your kids and know where they are. And, you know, like I said, with Preston, we pretty much tried to do that, but he wasn't invincible and he still slipped through our fingers.
150 of Preston's friends came to Sir Charles Gardner Hospital to say goodbye, a testament to his popularity.
He was the best bloke ever. He just lit up the rooms being around him. It made life so much better.
He just knew how to make everyone smile in any situation. He was just the most amazing person you could ever think of. Everyone just loved him.
Police say a post-mortem and toxicology tests will be carried out in the hope of giving his parents more answers.
But until there's a coroner's inquest and we have those results, we are just staying with the fact that it's an accident.
Preston's family are not happy about some claims on social media.
There's a lot of things that have been said on Preston's wall which unfortunately I have and the family has no control over.
Preston's death could help save the lives of at least 5 other people after his parents decided to donate his organs.
We shared a really close relationship and everyone knows that. He's going to be dearly missed.
The city's multi-million-dollar facelift could depend on the result of the state election. Mark McGowan today announced he wants to renegotiate the Elizabeth Quay project to keep Riverside Drive. The Liberals say a Labor win would stall big infrastructure projects that have taken years to get underway. Jessica van der End reports.
There's a new twist in the Peel Health Campus inquiry with the arrest today of key whistleblower Ashton Foley in Victoria. Foley left WA shortly before it was revealed she was wanted by American authorities over fraud allegations. She was tracked down this morning by Victorian police, who are now holding her in custody over an alleged breach of court order. WA police say they're still investigating Ashton Foley's activities in WA and have not yet applied for her extradition.
Indonesian authorities have confirmed a popular bar allegedly linked to a Perth teen's death serves drinks laced with methanol. 19-year-old Liam Davies died of methanol poisoning after drinking at the bar. His parents are now demanding it be closed immediately. Alexis Donkin reports.
Tim and Lani Davies strongly suspected it. Today, confirmation that tests proved methanol was in drinks sold at Rudy's bar in Lombok.
Yeah, Liam was drinking at Rudy's and yeah, they killed our son.
19-year-old Liam Davies died last month. He became seriously ill after drinking a cocktail with mates at Rudy's bar on New Year's Eve. Police who seized the alcohol and government officials held a news conference today in Bali to release details of the test results. Rudy's bar is still operating. Cocktails are still being served to tourists.
I want the bar closed, and the guys who own the bar need to be held accountable.
And that's what Tim Davies will tell Balinese officials in person next week. He's going to the holiday island as a part of a campaign to raise awareness about the dangers of methanol. Methanol is extremely toxic. Just a teaspoon of it can be fatal. The Australian Medical Association applauds the outcome of the investigation, but
we don't just want to have one scapegoat here, the bar that perpetrated it. We need to actually investigate all the bars.
Liam started our family.
Tim and Lani Davies are taking some strength from today's news about the test results.
There's so many families around the world that have just been poisoned to the core by this. So, you know, this isn't just a victory for us, this is a victory for a lot of people.
Alexis Donkin, 7 News.
Former Fremantle coach Chris Connolly has been suspended for 12 months after an AFL investigation into tanking by the Melbourne Football Club. In a confusing decision, the Demons were found not guilty of match fixing, but still fined $500,000.
A damning inquiry into Australia's London Olympic swim team has blamed a toxic culture for its failure to deliver the expected rush of gold medals. A mix of prescription drugs, alcohol use and bullying was identified. Swimming Australia says it will act, but head coach Lee Nugent hasn't been axed.
Doctors say they fear someone will die if the nurses' industrial dispute is not resolved quickly. As many as 70 beds have been closed, with some patients treated on trolleys in hospital corridors. Nurses are demanding a 20% pay rise over 3 years.
The nurses are bedding down for a long campaign, and the longer this goes on, the better they become at closing those beds.
27 ambulances were stuck ramping at Royal Perth Hospital for 16 hours yesterday, but the Nurses Federation says beds are being reopened as required to treat emergency cases.
You're about to see some remarkable pictures of one of our emergency crews at work. 7 News was given the rare opportunity to put cameras inside WA's rescue helicopter. Over the past decade, it's saved thousands of lives. Blake Johnson has this exclusive report.
Smith's Beach near Yallingup became a landing pad on Saturday afternoon.
On your count to go down, Val.
A swimmer with serious spinal injuries suffers a heart attack. Half an hour later, he's on his way to Royal Perth Hospital. An air crewman, paramedic and pilot are rostered on every day. Sunday, the chopper flies to Caterby for a van rollover. Both people on board survive.
Under his left arm is an electrical cable.
The chopper costs $5.9 million a year, operated by the Department of Fire and Emergency Services. Here, an injured cargo ship crew member is rescued 100 kilometres off the southwest coast. 2 paramedics are winched on board. Heaving seas make it tough. 4 years ago, Tammy Harrison was in a car crash in Mundajong. The rescue crew revived her 5 times.
The RAC guys saved my life.
Yesterday, Tammy met the crew from that day.
One of the most difficult calls I've ever been to, and really, but it's fantastic to see you standing here.
It's not always good news. Mick Perrin was pilot when a 3-year-old boy was killed by falling concrete at Rottnest in 2009.
The worst thing I've seen is the death of kids. Yeah, sorry. Every time I think about our little boy at Rottnest Island.
Behind the police helicopters, this one is one of Perth's busiest choppers. Last year it did 416 missions, more than 1 per day. And now in its 10th year, its 3,000th mission was completed yesterday. 4 pilots, 4 air crewmen and 9 paramedics make up the team. Saving lives is what they do. Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Next, Oscar Pistorius back in court to hear the police case against him.
And the good life ends for one of the show's stars. Police need urgent help to find an Atwell woman. 34-year-old Sarah Jackman was last seen at her home at 4 o'clock this morning. Sarah is around 178 centimetres tall, with shoulder-length brown hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information should call police immediately.
As we go to air tonight, accused killer Oscar Pistorius is facing court in South Africa over his girlfriend's shooting murder. The man known as the Blade Runner is expected to apply for bail as relatives of Reva Steenkamp prepare for the model's funeral.
There's new hope tonight for Australians living with nut allergies. American researchers are testing a nut liquid that over time has helped some of those taking part in the trial build up an immunity.
One of Britain's most popular actors has died aged 79. Richard Bryars was known to millions as Tom Good from the sitcom The Good Life. The star, who was also known for his Shakespearean roles, had been battling emphysema for a number of years. Bryars died at his London home on Sunday.
Basil's here with sport now. Big day for the Demons, Baz.
Hope you had the right numbers. We'll have updates later.
For now, stay here on 7 for Today Tonight with Monica. Good night.
7 News, the pulse of Perth.